What a real man's relationship with God actually looks like. Here's something I've noticed. The men who feel most empty are often the ones who pray the hardest. They go to worship. They say all the right things. They perform their faith like it's a Sunday morning obligation. And then Monday hits and they're living completely different. They're lying. They're compromising. They're cutting corners. They're the same weak version of themselves they were before they prayed. And they wonder why God isn't blessing their life. The problem isn't that God isn't listening. The problem is that most men don't understand what a real relationship with God actually looks like. They think it's about saying the right words, about showing up at the right place, about performing strength. But real relationship with God, the kind that actually transforms a man, that's something completely different. A real relationship with God is built on honesty, raw honesty. It's you bringing everything to Him. Not the cleaned-up version, not the version you show the world, the real you, the angry you, the afraid you, the ashamed you, the doubting you. Because here's the thing about God that most men never figure out. He already knows all of it anyway. He doesn't need you to pretend. He doesn't need you to perform strength for Him. He sees you completely and He's waiting for you to be real with Him. Scripture says in James 2:26, faith without deeds is dead. That's the core of it right there. You can pray all you want. You can claim to believe all you want. But if your life doesn't match your words, if your actions don't align with what you claim to believe, then your faith is dead. It's performance. It's empty. When a man finally stops performing and starts being honest with God, everything shifts. Because now there's no gap between who he is on Sunday and who he is on Monday. He's not living a split life anymore. He's not compartmentalizing his faith. He's aligned. And alignment changes everything. It changes the decisions he makes. It changes the way he treats people. It changes what he's willing to compromise on. It changes his entire life, because now his faith isn't separate from his life. His faith is his life. A man aligned with God doesn't need to fake strength. He actually has it, because his strength comes from something real, something bigger than himself, something that doesn't change based on circumstances or feelings. Most men never experience that because they're too comfortable living the performance. It's easier to pray on Sunday and live however you want the rest of the week. It's easier to compartmentalize. It's easier to pretend. But that ease comes at a cost. It costs you peace. It costs you integrity. It costs you the kind of life that actually means something. A real relationship with God requires something from you. It requires honesty. It requires you to actually live what you claim to believe. It requires you to keep your word even when it costs you. It requires you to treat people with respect even when nobody's watching. It requires you to approach everything in your life from a position of strength grounded in faith, not fear. That's not easy, but that's what creates a man. See, the difference between a boy and a man is often not what people see on the surface. It's what's happening underneath. It's the alignment between what he says he believes and how he actually lives. A boy can perform. A boy can talk a good game. But a man, a real man, he means what he says. He lives what he claims to believe every single day. And that kind of man doesn't just change his own life. He changes the lives of everyone around him. His family sees it. His brothers see it. The people he does business with see it. Because integrity isn't something you can fake long-term. People feel it. Walk with God while you work for the crown. When He crowns you king, tell the world of the truth you found. That's king-level mindset. Kings don't beg. Kings don't bow. Kings build.